What's up, guys? Renee here, your Tech and Games Crusader. We're back, and well, finally, told you guys the hag coming up. This is what I've been testing on the Wicked Cushions May sample, and here are the release pads from Wicked Cushions. Thanks to Orr for sending these over so that I can be able to show and demonstrate proper use and also the methodology for getting them attached. Just had to purchase, well, not purchase, but redeem the warranty on for the protection plan at Best Buy, the 8th pair of Pulse Elite PS5 headset, because it got cracked all the way through here. And this is just a headset. You can tell by the materials. It's made to be lightweight. It's not made for durability. It's not made to fit larger head sizes. Literally, all I did was use it Bluetooth connected to the TV, and yeah, like less than 3 months use, like 2 months and 20 days of use. It cracked all the way through. The signal on the headset was just dissipating to where it would just not stay connected, would not stay powered on. It was a wreck. I'll do a honest discussion feedback video on this headset after I get this done, just to give perspective on this headset as far as value proposition, what it's good for, who it's good for, and who it's not. Because I don't do reviews. I've never done reviews. I don't believe in reviewing products, because a review is an opinion that's purely based on personal preferences. It's hard to do a review that is unbiased. That's why I do overviews. So let's get into these pads here, guys. It's the was it Tuesday night right now on trying to remember. It's been a whirlwind. I've been doing a lot of medical travel, so um just got these in and just got home from switching out this headset. So here's the thing. You got your stock pads, and they're great for people who just like comfort. They're very, very plush. It's made of a silicone rubber that is not going to let heat escape. These things will fry your ears. If you're hot blooded or abnormally high body temperature like I have, I can't wear these longer than 10 minutes without just having to take them off, because my ears are just like swamp. The other thing is, I have large ears. The size of the opening is not as much of an issue because it does stretch quite a bit, but the how shallow it is. Just to give some perspective here. Your front is about 12.5 millimeters, and your back is 24 millimeters. That's not great. Also, I'm going to show you guys a little trick whenever you're changing out the pads, and let's go ahead and get to that first. So all of these Wicked Cushions kits, they come with a pry tool. Here's the thing I've discovered with this headset specifically. This is going to break off. This ledge right here is going to break off. The easiest way to remove these pads is to pull taut your actual pad material to where you can see the little crack opening here. You want to get the main one is at the back right here. This is where you're going to line up to attach it. This is what I use because I've broke so many of these things, it's ridiculous. This one's been broken quite a bit, you can see, but it has enough grip. All you gotta do is just get in a corner and you pry the pad back. Do not use a butter knife on this. You will destroy these factory pads with any sort of metal. Trying to get to a good view so you guys can see. Because you can't see my hands whenever I have it laying on the table. So, odd positions for hands, go. Be right back. All right, so let's try this hand position. Yes, I know y'all are going to make fun of my thumb, whatever. So, you want to make sure that your pry tool, this, is facing outwards, like this, facing the frame rather than the pad. So what you're going to do is you're just going to line it up, get it in, trying to do this with what they sent, and you're just going to rock it side to side, get it in, you hear the pop. Once you get that main pop in the back, you just roll downwards. And you hear a second pop, it's open. So all you have to do from there is just remove it. And just so you can remember, the order these go back in, there's your H23 is the left. The H is not specifically anything to be concerned about. It's the 2 and the 1 is what you want to be concerned about. So we got it in. We pull the fabric taut. Rock it. You hear the pop. From there, once you get one pop, it's not going to go back together unless you pull it back together. So the number on the original for the right, H2-2, on the right. So here's the thing you're going to make sure of when you're putting pads back on. You want to feel around. You have your prongs here next to a clip. This is always going to go towards the back. Right there. So, first off, you have the Wicked Cushions pads, which are just replacements for the all pleather. Your bracket is going to be the same size for both because the bracket is only made to cover around the circumference of the can. What's going to be different, as I will show you, you will always find your lettering on the Wicked Cushions. There's your L. So you can see right there, R. Come on, L. L, right there. And it's right next to your bottom seam. So, while the full pleather doesn't have a noticeable seam to it, on the outside, you can see it does on the inside. We got our prongs right there. So when you're putting these on, if you're not exactly sure where, twist it. When it's lined up, it'll just go on. They're right. I'll show you. See, and it'll easily snap in all through each one of them. So we saw what it was, 12.5 on the front, 24 on the back. For the stock pads, let's see what we got on the front here. We got 15.5 on the front. And we got 24.5 at the back. I'm just going to use this because I'm more comfortable with it. You just get back and bottom, and it will just slide right off. Get the back rather than the side. All right. My finger is in the way. You got 1, slide down, 2. Come try it off. The point and the difficulty is getting them all the way in there. All right, so we got L. It's easier to do the twist method with the gel pads. So you can feel whenever it's lined up. We got R. Right now, you can see where this is. So twisting it downwards, it lines up. Pop it in. It's on there. It's not going anywhere. All right, so let's measure the front of the gel, which is the freeze pad. We got right around 14.75 millimeter, or 14.75 millimeters in the back. Right at 24. So all this comes down to your preference. If you like the original feel but just want to get a different color, a little more thickness and comfort, you got it in the pads. And then if you want a gel pad, it's not just a top, but also an internal walled gel. So it's dual walled gel. Then you have the freeze pads. And these I will usually, before applying them, put them in the freezer. No joke. They say freeze, and I literally freeze them because, like I said, I have a really high body temperature, and it's not very easy for me to find pads that will do that. Plus, the other thing is the material here. I've found this mesh, sport mesh, does not bother me as bad irritation wise if it's frozen or cold. If it's warm, yeah, it's going to be a nightmare for me. That's just my preference, or not my preferences, but my specifics of what needs fall into. And then also the pleather material, if you are aware for ecological and type of animal first, this is made from a eggshell material, so it's does have animal byproducts made with the pleather. It doesn't have the odor like it used to, though, of the original freeze, the original gel pads. Back whenever I had the M80X or the M50ATX, whenever I had those, they smelled like rotten eggs whenever they got warm. So let's compare what we have here, the May update pads, just to, if I didn't have the phone in front of me looking through the viewfinder to do this, it's a lot easier. All right, so let's take a look and see what's changed, if any, from the May to the release. And this is just for my knowledge of having tested differences between them. All right, back way deeper. We got 28.5 in the back, and front we got about just under 18 millimeters in the front. So this is way thicker. I like this just because it's more comfortable. It's a little bit more density on the gel, though. But I can see, for the purposes of other people, the reasons why the changes were made that they were. And part of it is the internal wall here is made to cup off of the back side of the driver rather than go behind it. The front still goes in front of the driver, though. That way you have a little bit more give. It is opening wise. Let's turn it around where it makes sense. I'm not counting down. We got about 61.5 by 53.25 on the release pad compared to the prototype. Let's put it where it's seen down here. 60 on it by 52 and 52.75 wide. And then on your pads, should be near identical to your original. We got 60 by 53 and 3/4. So it's very close width wise to the prototype. Your originals, we got 60 by 50. So yeah, that just about covers for the purposes of the Wicked Cushions series for the PS5 Pulse Elite headset. And I'll have links as always in the description if you guys want to purchase for the Amazon. They do always have a buy one get one 15% off. So it's a good way to optimize and maximize your value for what you want to get. And yeah, guys, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Since I've been doing these pad swaps and also removing cushions on these since nearly a year now, longer than any of the reviewers and stuff, because I didn't take what Sony said for verbatim word. I am a tester, product tester for Focus Feedback. I submitted information on what needed to be updated on this headset going from Pulse 3D to Pulse Elite. They didn't listen to any of it. The only thing they did is just save money, release the product, and that's about it. Other than that, if you guys have this headset, you want to get better range out of the headset, as well as better connectivity via PS Link, get yourself a USB 3.1 3-foot or 1 meter cable extension. You can be USB A to A and plug it into your source. That way you can position it higher or lower wherever you want to be able to set your headset. If you're at a desk, you want it higher or at level of where your head is. If you're on the couch, you want it higher. You just don't want it more than 2.5 feet higher than your head or where the headset sets in position where your console or PC or TV or whatever is. But yeah, guys, this is Night, your Tech and Games Crusader. Hope you guys have a good night, good day, take care. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.